Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Burton, and what I wanted to do was to go over a little bit more detail about the socioeconomic status activity because it's a little, I know, complicated and complex, and so I wanted to go over that. So first of all, here are your directions, and as always, I encourage you to both look at the directions and also look at the rubric to make sure that you're really hitting each component. You are going to use this link to read Chapter 2, and Chapter 2 is a critical part of what you're going to do for this graphic organizer, so let's take a look at that first. So here's the graphic organizer that you're going to use. Because it's a summer class and it's a little bit more accelerated, I'm not having you read Chapter 3 or Chapter 4 or 5, so just Chapter 2. So in Chapter 2, he breaks down things that kids in poverty really struggle with, and they're broken down by letters. So E is emotional social challenges, A is acute and chronic stressors, C are cognitive lags, and H is health and safety. So in this E part, you're going to write down the main pieces or components about emotional and social challenges from Chapter 2. So let's pull that up here. Lagging a little bit. So here's Chapter 2. There's a hyperlink available for you there. And Chapter 2, again, is broken down by those 4 components. And so here you see it there. So what I'm looking for you to get, like full credit or, enough credit is in this E part here is really giving me the significant pieces of the main components, not word for word, put it in your own words. But if you only have like 2 or 3 things, that's definitely not enough. You can see that it's pretty extensive here because it's not only about the theory, but the effects and then also the action steps. So there's a lot to each component of this. And so those main pieces need to go here. The suggestions you are going to also use from Chapter 2, and that's going to be here in the action steps. So the action steps will be the things that you're going to use to craft a suggestion on how you can better help these students in the videos that are related to this particular letter. So let's take a look at that. So this is what you're going to use to watch the video observation piece. I give you a lot more information here as far as different things from Chapter 1 and statistics from Texas and the types of poverty. And so I'll create another video that kind of walks you through that. So what you're really going to do for the graphic organizer is to start at these screens here. So for emotional and social challenges, you're going to watch these 2 videos, okay? And so what I'm looking for in this part with video observations is what are you seeing in the videos that reflects some of the concepts he was talking about for that letter? So for example, for emotional and social challenges, one of the things that Jensen talks about is that kids who are coming from poverty really have a hard time with impulse control. They're hardwired with some basic instinct emotions like anger and joy. And so that if they don't have these other things like empathy or compassion, that's because they were never taught those things because we're not born with those things. So in the videos, what are you seeing what are you seeing in the video that specifically reflects that letter? So that's what you're putting here in the video observations. And then the suggestions are, based on what you saw, what could schools or teachers implement that would actually help students in poverty that are struggling with these things? So if students are struggling with expressing emotion or having a complex variety of emotions versus just the base emotions, what could teachers do to address those things? And that's what you'll use here with the action steps. So for example, look at the idea about some of the ideas in social skills. What could you take from that that would specifically address some of those issues? And so you'll do that for each of the letters using this graphic organizer, and then also these videos here that are with each kind of concept, okay? So it's really important that you're watching each video. In the graphic organizer, I'll be looking for pieces of information from each of the videos that's present there. You don't have to like print this out or fill it in exactly or type it in. You can create your own little graphic organizer. It's just a method to show you kind of what I'm looking for.